objective butter.
I mean, my grandma's here, but like, I barely see her.
Meet Wings of Redemption.
Look here! Look here! Look! Listen!
Or as he goes by now, Jordie. He's a YouTuber streamer who uploads Call of Duty and vlog videos. He's been on the scene for a very long time. And for a while, Wings was a great success. As of right now, he's got almost 500,000 subscribers. He's even made quite a bit of cash too.
This is a fun hobby. I basically get my video games for free, sort of thing that we were doing. Wings was making $10,000 a month at this early juncture, and we were blown away by it, you know. And to live in his income area, and to have his history of low income, it was like one of us making $100,000 a month out of nowhere. It was life-changing to him.
Not only did Wings help build a genre, but he was also a big contributor to the Call of Duty community in the early years. If you look at the numbers and just take them at face value, a lot of people would consider Wings a success. But somewhere along the lines, he became lost. See, gaming was Jordie's only hobby, his only passion, the only thing that really interested him.
I'm not interested in anything, dude. I turned the only interest I had in life into my job.
He spent most of his life overweight, and he turned his only discernible talent and pastime into his career. And quite frankly, he got pretty lucky in the beginning. He came up in the perfect time when there wasn't really anybody uploading up-to-date commentary on Call of Duty, and people ate it up. He didn't really have to evolve or adapt because no one else was really doing what he was doing at the time. And he became complacent, and he rode the wave as long as he could, really. And for that, you can't really blame him. He was making money, he had a growing fan base, but he wasn't thinking about the future. He wasn't planning for the worst case scenario. He didn't bank any money, he bought trucks, computer equipment, obviously lots of food. And as time progressed over the years, Wings fell on a grind. He became more reclusive, he developed social anxiety.
I hate my life.
He started treating friends and acquaintances shitty. And his one hobby, his one interest in life, became his job. And it became something he had to do now, instead of something he wanted to do.
Like, I hate Call of Duty. I fucking hate it, dude. It fucking ruined my life. I hate everything about it.
And it started to show. He started to look at his fans as cash cows instead of supporters.
And you're worthless because, like, I don't give a shit if you watch or not. You're not worth any money to me.
He started to resent his friends and community for their success and lashed out when he was presented with criticism. He started to hate the only thing he's been doing for the last 10 years. And all of this showed in his streams and content.
Another video's gonna go up, man. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. Why can't you people leave me the fuck alone? Like, seriously, I'm fucking stressed out like a motherfucker, and the people just keep doing this shit. And why am I always fucking mad 24/7 when I have people like this just fucking with me? This is my job, man. This is how I put food on the table. Leave me alone.
Jordie basically stopped uploading to YouTube and moved to Twitch to try to create a safer space environment, because he doesn't see YouTube as a viable platform anymore because of the trolling and clipping channels that focus on him. And pretty quickly, people's opinions of Wings started to shift. And he went from having a fan base that enjoyed his content and supported him, to a fan base that completely terrorizes him now. But Wings is stuck, and he knows it.
What is my alternative? Like you're sitting there destroying my only means of making money. What's my alternative? Lose weight? It's going to take years to lose weight. Even if I had the surgery today, it's going to take at least 2 years.
Don't even try.
See, even though Jordie isn't nearly as successful as he was years ago, he still makes a pretty decent living doing what he does. And since he spent the majority of his adult life gaming, Wings doesn't have any discernible skills. And if he left YouTube and Twitch, the only job he could expect to get would be an entry-level job and pay a lot less than his current situation. So you'd think with almost 10 years of YouTube experience, you'd be able to use that on your resume. But because of the relationship that's developed between Wings and his fan base, that's not really an option. Just search Wings of Redemption on YouTube and you'll see what shows up. That's not going to look good to any employer.
If you're willing to pay me...
Jordie Jordan, or is it Wings of
Wings of Redemption, man. Wings of Redemption.
Professional e-beggar?
No, that's YouTube. That's one of...
What are you, Twitch?
I'm Twitch, yeah. Those are hate channels.
Another huge thing holding Wings down is his weight. Wings says he's 460 pounds, but I guarantee Wings is over 500. This is something that Wings has been struggling with his whole life. See, Jordie isn't necessarily stupid. He knows all this and he sees the direction it's heading. See, his big issue is that he isn't self-aware, and he rarely accepts responsibility for what he's done.
You just cry about it. Like you just cry about it. Like you don't defend yourself, all right? If I'm out there saying you weren't walking the distance that you said you were, instead of defending yourself and proving it, or explaining yourself, or shutting me down by saying, hey, I gotta walk back home, Keem. You're only counting half the distance, all right? You just give up. You're just always weak. You're always weak. And then when you mess up, or you fuck up in any which way it is, you always make up some ridiculous excuse, and you never really take responsibility.
Not only does this show up in his past relationships, but it shows up in his current content also. So Wings' weight is something that gets brought up a lot in his interactions with his chat, and Wings will use his weight as an excuse for his misfortune. Over the last few months, Wings has been fundraising for a gastric sleeve operation, and in its own opinion, that's what's going to save his life, and possibly rejuvenate his career.
Like, what I'm hoping is going to happen, but I'm not very optimistic about it, is that after I get the surgery, a lot of the trolls will go away because they see I was serious the entire time. Because I have this reputation to be a liar, even though that was pretty much the old Wings, right?
He thinks that if he loses the weight, maybe the trolls will finally leave him alone because he's accomplished something he's been talking about for years. When in reality, his weight isn't even the focal point of the trolling that he receives. When people bug Wings, it's mostly about his mannerisms.
What the fucking hardest? Fuck you! Fuck you! Can I crack that?
Or his inability to take criticism. So simply losing the weight isn't going to solve a thing. See, Wings' weight is just a symptom of the actual problem, his attitude, his lack of initiative or ambition. Wings wants instant gratification, and because he's gotten away with it in the past, he feels entitled to it now. Personally, I kind of like Wings, because in some ways I can relate. Years ago, I was in a similar situation health-wise. I was scheduled for gastric bypass surgery, the same thing Boogie just went through. I had high blood pressure, zero cartilage in my knees, and I didn't have the luxury of working from home. There were so many times I would look at myself in the mirror and think, this isn't who I want to be. So I did something about it. I stopped making excuses and started making changes. And 3 years later, I changed who I was. And that taught me just how much you can better yourself when you address your faults instead of making up excuses for them. I was just like Wings. I was the fat guy making up excuses for my weight and why I couldn't do anything about it. I was big boned. I had a slow metabolism. I had leg problems. I was depressed. I didn't really eat that much. And in the end, that's all it was, fucking excuses. And the reason for me to validate my situation, the same way Wings is.
What is his alternative?
What is my alternative? Like you're sitting there destroying my only means of making money. What's my alternative? Lose weight? It's going to take years to lose weight. Even if I had the surgery today, it's going to take at least 2 years.
Don't even try. You don't even fucking...
And that frame of mind carries over into other aspects of your life. And you start to think, wow, if I can't do anything about myself, then I can't do anything about my life. And then you're fucked. Do you see what I'm getting at? There isn't any reason Wings can't do the same thing I did. He has the time, he has the money. He's even had support from friends and family in the past. One of Wings' friends from the Call of Duty community went completely out of his way to set Wings up with a boot camp. And he even had momentary success. But that's all it was, a fleeting moment. Because it wasn't long before Wings quit that for whatever reason. If Wings does ever go through with his operation, I guarantee it won't change a damn thing in his life until he addresses the issues that got him there in the first place. And believe it or not, it's not just eating. He has to stop waiting for his situation to get better, or trying to rely on someone else to do it for him.
And like, I know I can't beat my demon. My dragon has defeated me. So like, I'm going to go under the knife and make it so I can't eat.
Things, you're drinking freaking Pepsi.
I'm drinking
all right? You're
water,
drinking
actually.
Pepsi.
I haven't had.
You can't lose weight drinking Pepsi.
The only one who can put this dumpster fire out is Wings himself. Don't get me wrong, I do think there's some hope out there for Wings. There's a lot of people who poke fun at him, but he isn't hated, and Wings does have a few good qualities. Sometimes he says something that's actually funny, and he's pretty open about his embarrassing things in his past, which in turn can make him likable and relatable.
Well, when you're out there trying to get you a new truck, the first thing you want to do is you want to see where you can tie your dog off at, right? You don't want any of the truck bed rings all fucked up on you, alright?
But all that gets pushed aside as soon as you see him confronted about things he's done or said out of frustration. He has to do something about his health. He has to either repair his public image somehow or start completely over with something else. Both of which seem like impossible tasks for him. Whatever he's going to do, he doesn't have long to do it though. Eventually all the pressure is going to cause Wings to either retaliate and push his remaining supporters away, slowly killing his only reasonable source of living, or he's going to end up having a heart attack or stroke. Maybe I'm completely reading this situation wrong though. Maybe Wings will get his surgery, lose a shitload of weight, and all his problems will be solved. Maybe he'll revamp his image and this will just be a bump in his career. Or maybe it'll give him the encouragement to find another job that can pay the bills. You won't hear this from me often, but on this one I kinda hope I am wrong. Because I don't really see a good outcome here. Let me know in the comments section if this is your first time hearing about Wings of Redemption, and if you think there's a chance he can turn this shit show around. If you want to learn a little bit more about Jordie, I'll leave some links in the description below like usual for you to check out. See you guys next upload.
Bomba.